go from here? Yeah. Are you listening, darling? Look where we started. Breaking in half, left us broken hearted. So where do we go from here? Take me home, cause I wanna feel like I belong. They relate to all this pain in my past, so they listen to my song. So let's go back to where it began and where it all started from. Take this chance, one last dance, cause I've been waiting way too long. Take my hand, I wanna show you something. Promise I've been dying to see ya. They say the grass ain't always greener. I guess what they're saying is true. In my dreams, that's where I seen her. Take my heart and take all of me, girl. Let me show you what I wanna do. I wanna spend the rest of my life with you. Are you listening, darling? Look where we started. Breaking in half, left us broken hearted. So where do we go from here? Are you listening, darling? Look where we started. Breaking in half, left us broken hearted. So where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? Yeah, where do we go from here? Are you listening, darling? Are you listening, darling? Are you listening, darling? Look where we started. Breaking in half, left us broken hearts.
Hello and welcome back, everybody, to another live stream. My name is AJ, one of the mentors here at Bit Trading, and today, of course, we are going to take a look at the Bitcoin charts as we always do. We're going to take a look at what is going on with Bitcoin, what I'm looking for within Bitcoin, the next trades I'm looking for, the trades that I'm in, all of that good juicy stuff, of course. So yeah, if that does sound interesting, please do smash that thumbs up button. Helps me out, helps the channel out, and I can continue to bring this content to you, which I believe is very, very valuable. Yeah, of course, if you are new to the channel as well, if you are new here, then please do subscribe, turn that bell notification on so that you never miss any of these live streams, because like I said, I am giving some valuable information away in these live streams. So yeah, make sure that you do that. But enough of that. Let's jump into the charts and take a look at what is going on. Of course, if you have any questions along the way, if you have anything that you want me to look at, please do put that in the chat, okay? And I will take a look at anything you want me to look at, or I will answers that you may want me to answer as well. So yeah, I hope you enjoy. So yeah, let's jump into the analysis and take a look at what is going on, right? So yeah, just to give you a bit of context, a bit of an understanding what is going on at this moment in time, what I'm doing in the markets, right? I am currently long, okay, at this moment in time, right? I am on Bitcoin and I am looking for higher prices, right? I've been quite vocal with that, to be honest with you, saying that I have been looking for higher prices, right? And we're coming back up again, right? We are seeing a pump, as I'm sure many of you are aware, right? We are seeing another rise. Where are we rising into? Okay, well, we're rising into that value area low, okay, where we actually previously took a TP1 on this trade that we have down here. So as you can see here, we've realized a little over $2,000 in a profit on this trade. Still got about 50% in that trade. So yeah, just a little over $2,000 in a profit, unrealized, okay. And of course, yeah, entered into this trade all the way back on, was it the 5th or the 6th? I'll have to double check on the Discord. So this was given to the team in the Discord, of course, as always. So the 5th of August, right? That was when we entered into the long trade, right? And as you can see, updating the team, value area low at approximately $61,500 is that first target, okay? And, what did we do? Of course, we came up to that value area low and we took out that target, which is really, really nice to see. Of course, I did realize that TP1 here, telling the team here on the 8th, right? This was the 8th of August when I took that TP1 and, of course, moved that stop loss to entry, making it a completely risk-free trade, right? Yeah, so that's really, really nice to see. But yeah, the real question is, right, are we going to continue this pump, right? Are we going to continue this move towards the upside? That's what we really want to understand, okay? And we're in a little bit of a difficult position here. And the reason why we're in this difficult position is because this value area low is continuing to act as resistance. We're really struggling to get above this value area low. Right. And I've been, quite again vocal with this, right? If we get above value area low, which we have, okay, we've got on above it, but we failed to use it as support, right? We failed to remain above it. So, what I've been quite vocal about is if we can get above this value area low and we can remain above it, right? We can hold this level, we can reclaim this level, then I'm quite confident that we can see higher prices. But if we're going to come up here, right, and we're going to break above it, but then instantly get acceptance back below. You can see here, it looks like we kind of used it as support there. But if we pull it back to what we were actually looking at back here, you can see we didn't actually use it as support. Okay, what happened? Okay, we came straight above it, straight back down below it. Okay, and then what happens? Right, we started to use it as resistance here. Okay, so we back tested it as resistance, and then we got a further drop towards the downside. Right, we can see the exact same thing here as well. Okay, where we got above it, we got rejected. Okay, sorry, we broke back below it. Okay, we saw a big move down here. Okay, so we're failing to remain above this value area low. Here again, you can see we retested it, rejected from it. Right, we're really struggling with this value area low at this moment in time. Okay, we are really struggling. And again, right, if we can get above this and we can remain above this value area low, I'm quite confident that we can see higher prices. Right. Previously I was saying, okay, 67,000 is looking like quite a likely target, but now I'm considering, okay, let's look for $63,000 first, right? Let's look for $63,000 because I understand that a large proportion of the market at this moment in time are probably, viewing this as maybe some sort of bull flag, right? I know it's not, a textbook bull flag, right? Because we've had a pullback here, and then it's kind of like in the middle of this pullback, right? So it's not perfect, or what retail traders would consider a perfect bull flag, but it's still something that I believe a lot of them will be aware of, okay, and looking out for. So for me, it's like, okay, this is kind of what they're looking at, right? We did get a break towards the upside of this, right? And we can take a look at XO charts here. We can zoom in and you can see, right, on this breakout, so on the breakout, right, what did we see? Okay, just before we got the breakout, we saw lots of longs opening up here. So we had 23 million longs open up down here. We had 16 million, but on the breakout, right, we had 16 million new long trades open up. Okay, and on a bit of a pullback here, and then a bounce, okay, we then saw 13 million here and then 8 million here, right? So there's a lot of long trades that have opened up here. And to be honest, that's what I would expect, right? That was what I was saying yesterday. And even, let me see what I was telling the team as well. So remember, the majority of retail will be viewing this as a bull flag, i.e. they will be looking to long the breakout. Could offer a nice short if we see trapped longs at the high, as we also have a daily naked point of control. So initially what I was telling the team that I was looking for yesterday, right, was exactly the scenario that I'm looking here at TradingView, right? I wanted to see a little bit higher, up to like 63,000, maybe $63,500, where lots of long trades would be opening up. We would then get a bit of a pullback for the failed auction, for the swing value pattern, right? For then us to look for that short trade, right? Of course, if we had lots of trap traders at the high. Now, we haven't quite made it up there yet, okay? But what we're actually seeing now is, of course, those longs have opened up at the highs, right? We can visibly see those longs opening up at the highs here. Okay, we have 13 million, 18 million, 16 million there. Okay, and we can see like a large proportion of them, right? A large proportion of them are underwater at this moment in time. Okay, a large proportion at this moment in time are underwater. And you can see in this candle here on this pullback, you can see 30 million of them have already covered. Okay, so they have already closed their position in a loss. So you can see there is a little bit of fear coming on, and I mean, like we could get the pullback from where we are now. I wouldn't be opposed to it because again, it's the same thesis, right? Where we break above the value area low, we fail to remain above it, and we just break back below it, and then we see a bit of a bigger pullback. And I'm not opposed to seeing that. Why? Well, because we've broken out. Okay, we've got the trap traders there. Yeah, okay, maybe we've not come to a level that I'm interested in trading. Fine. Okay, I'm not interested in trading a fake out here, right? I'm looking for a bigger level, i.e., $63,000 roughly for the short trade. That is my plan. I'm not going to, I'm not going to change my plan because I'm impatient and trying to get into a trade. Okay, I am patient. I'm waiting for the highest probability trade setups for me. Okay, yes, right. It's a good trade setup. I would consider, right, if we did confirm like the fake out of this bull flag pattern, right? Yeah, I think it could offer a nice short trade, and I think yes, we could see a move back down. For me, again, like I say a lot of the time, I look for the highest probability trade setups. Does it mean that I miss moves sometimes? Yes, right. But I understand, right, looking for the highest probability trade setups, of course, in my eyes, right, this is what I believe to be the highest probability trade setups, right? In the long run, I know that that works out in my favor. Okay, I know that that makes me consistently profitable. So it's not it's trying to ignore the periods of where, okay, right, there's a short setup here, yes, okay, is it the highest probability short setup? Is it a short setup that I would usually take? No, it's not. Okay, fine, right. If we do see a pullback, great. Okay, let's add it to the statistics. Let's build some statistics on it. Okay, let's build the probabilities on this, rather than taking the trade just because, right, you feel as though we're going to pull back, right? So for me, it's like I'm not going to trade this, even though I think yes, we could see another pullback, right? There is confluence there. I understand. And if people are shorting this, I fully understand it. It's just not something I would personally trade. I'd rather wait for a bit of a higher probability trade setup. But forming a fake out, right, a confirmed fake out, getting back below the value area low, which we've seen like a bit of a fake out to the upside of that value area low a few times before. So what is it, right? It's a trend. Okay, it's a trend that we're seeing. And then, of course, we have a few million trap traders at the high, right? So there's an argument for a short trade. I do understand that, but then again, it's just going back to like sticking to my rules. I know what works for me. I know what I like to trade. Okay, and for me, it would be looking for a little bit higher for that short trade. Okay, so yeah, personally, I'm not gonna trade this, and if it pulls back here, I'm not gonna be annoyed at myself for not trading it. It's like something that, okay, maybe I can monitor this and maybe I can build statistics over time. And if it plays out, okay, a consistent amount of times, and it is a profitable trade entry strategy, okay, then yes, right, okay, in the future I can look to trade that. I can look to add that to my trade entry strategies. Okay, but at this moment in time, it's not something that I have enough statistics on. It's not something that I built enough like proof, okay, that it has a high probability win rate. So yeah, again, for me, it's yes, right, there's an argument that we pull back here, okay, but it's not something I trade. So yeah, maybe we pull back from here, and that's fine, right? That's fine. Okay, I have my plans. Okay, so I am looking for that short at about $63,000. Of course, I need to see everything like perfectly aligning for that short trade. So I want to see lots of I want to see lots of long trades opening up. Again, we're looking at this as a retail pattern. Okay, we're looking at retail traders longing this, and if we're seeing lots of retail longing this and on a bit of a pullback, okay, with a trade entry trigger, right? What can I do? Okay, I can enter into a short trade and I can counter trade these retail traders, right? Why do I like to counter trade the retail traders? Well, because the majority of the time the retail traders are in the wrong, right? The retail traders are on the losing side of the market, to say, right? So initially, right, that's what I would be looking for first for the short trade. But I mean, if we don't get that trade entry trigger, okay, for that short trade there, then I mean, like, fine, okay, we can look for higher prices. I've got the possible short trade from 67,000, 67, yeah, 67 to $68,000 level. Okay, I'll be looking for a bit of a short trade up there, right? I'm quite happy to look for a short trade up there. Again, it's the context, right? I have to be looking for shorts on the move up because trade the trend until the trend ends, because the trend is your friend until the end. What is the trend at this moment in time? Well, the trend is bearish, continuous lower highs, continuous lower lows, right? You cannot deny that Bitcoin is bearish at this moment in time. You cannot deny it, right? Yes, we zoom out to the bigger perspective. Okay, right? We're bullish. Yes, I understand that, right? But you zoom in, we're looking at this here. We're looking at this downwards consolidation range, right? We are bearish, right? There's no denying that, okay? There is absolutely no denying that. This is the fundamentals, okay? This is the first thing that you learn in trading. What is the market structure? Right, it's something that a lot of people forget about, okay, but it's something that even I myself, right, even though I'm looking at the advanced analysis, right, I still strip everything back and go back to the basics, because the basics sometimes are very, very important, right? And again, this is what's helped me enter into so many short trades from these highs, right? Because I've been looking at this as bearish market structure. I've been saying for quite some time, as long as we remain in this bearish market structure, I am bearish on Bitcoin. Okay, I'm quite confident to say I am bearish on Bitcoin at this moment in time. If we break above 70K, okay, then I can flip my bias and then I can look to all-time high again. Okay, but again, with that, I have a little bit of judgment, right? It's like, everybody's going to be looking for all-time high. What happened the previous time? Okay, we were looking for all-time high back here. Okay, when I shorted, right, everybody was looking for all-time high. We had like 80 million new long trades opening up at the high. Everybody was anticipating all-time high. Everybody was anticipating 75, 80K possibly, right? But we didn't see that, right? Why? Because everybody was thinking that, okay? So, yeah, for me, it's like when I see everybody doing the same thing, when I see everybody predicting the same thing or thinking the same thing is going to happen, right? That's when I think, right, this is not a realistic outcome, right? I'm looking at the opposing outcome, right? So yeah, this is exactly what I'm viewing with this possible little bull flag here, right? Of course, the short trade setup I'm looking for is from a little bit higher at like 63. Okay, if we don't get it, then fine, 67,000. I can look for I can look for the short trade from there, right? But we may not even get either one of those short trade setups. Why? Because we may actually come down first. Okay, yes, these are short trade setups we can look for in the future. Okay, we don't have to forget about them. They're still, to me, important levels, but we could get a move down, right? Remember, so I'm in this long trade still, and I've moved my stop loss to entry. So if we come down to about $54,000, I will get stopped out of the trade at entry. Remember, I've already realized $2,000, so I've cemented $2,000 in a profit. There's no way I can lose money on this trade. Okay, and I'm really comfortable if price does pull back here. And again, we understand, right? If price pulls back, I am still quite I'm still quite bullish on Bitcoin in this period, okay? In this period, okay? When I'm saying like I'm bullish and I'm bearish, okay, you have to remember I'm looking at certain periods of the chart, okay? So looking at this period of the chart here, okay, I understand that I'm bearish, okay? Looking at this period of the chart here, okay, I understand that I'm bullish, okay? And then if I zoom in as well, okay, and look at this period, I understand that I'm bullish at this moment in time as well, right? Exactly like on this period here, I was bullish. This period here, I was bullish, okay? This period here, I was bearish. This period here, I was bearish, okay? So it's all, it all like depends on the time, the perspective, right? The time frame perspective. Okay. At this moment in time, I still consider this quite bullish. I still think that we could see higher prices. And then of course, that's when I think, all right, let's look for the short trade up here to go down for another lower low. Again, why am I looking for a short trade for another lower low? Okay, well, because we're in that bearish market structure. So I kind of have to look for that, right? Because I understand, right? I understand the fundamentals at this, and I understand the trend at this moment in time, okay? And the trend is bearish, right? So yeah, for me, it's right now, let's see what happens at this value area low, right? If we can hold this, there's still a possibility we can hold this, right? And we can look for higher prices. There's still that possibility, right? It's just patience, okay? It's just patience at this moment in time. If we pull back, fine, right? I look for that long trade setup. I still like the idea of a long trade setup. And to be honest with you, as long as we, the more we consolidate here, the more I like this long trade setup, because preferably, right, when I'm looking for bullish CVD or bearish CVD, right, absorption, okay, I would rather see a move down. Here we're talking about bullish CVD, right? Let's talk in terms of bullish CVD, but it works the other way as well for bearish CVD. So if we're coming down, okay, we form a low, we get a rise up. Okay, the longer we consolidate here, still forming that bullish CVD, and then we come down for the higher low. Okay, for me, that is a stronger stronger bullish CVD, that stronger absorption. Okay, so I prefer to see that rather than we come straight back up and then we come down. Okay, then we have the bullish CVD and then we go up. Okay, I'd rather see a bit of consolidation before we do actually get that pullback. So if we do get the pullback here, I like the support, of course. We've got a GP 786, right? We've got a daily naked point of control. Where are we? Here. And we've got a daily naked point of control there, okay? And we have absorption occurring at this moment in time. We do have absorption, right? And this is one of the big reasons why we're seeing price pull back and then go straight back up to the value area high. Right, because what is happening, okay, is we're getting absorption at this moment in time. Right, we can visibly see that. Okay, we're visibly getting absorption. Why? Price is higher, low, higher, low, higher, low. Okay, but you can see here CVD is actually ticking down. Right, telling us that there is some big players or a big player absorbing all of the sells that are coming into the market. Right, but then why aren't we going higher? Well, that's because when we do get to the highs, right, we're seeing a lot of these long trades take profit. Okay, exactly like we see lots of long trades opening up. Right, we've seen lots of long trades opening up here. Okay, and then as price is like moving up, okay, we are starting to see. Right, you can see at this high here. Right, how do I know? Okay, that these are long trades closing. Right, rather than long trades getting wrecked. Well, I know that because there's not many long trades opening up at the high here. Where are the long trades opening? Okay, on this candle, well, the long trades were opening all the way down here at like $59,800. And what's happening is we're coming into that resistance. People are realizing that, okay, and then they're taking profit up here. Okay, so that's exactly what happened here. That taking profit has pushed price back down. Okay, we then seen price pull back. We've seen new longs open up. Okay, then price continues to pull back. Okay, and those long trades are getting a little bit trapped right now, and that's why I do think we could see a bit of a bigger pullback unless the longs start to step in at this moment in time. Okay, so for me right now, again, right, if we hold this, we need to see the long stepping in to see higher prices. Okay, if we do not see that, okay, then it's further downside, right? Are we going to come back down here? Okay, or are we going to come down to $54,000 to possibly get that long trade set up, right? It's all just patience at this moment in time, right? I understand I've been in this trade since the 5th of August, right? Where are we now? Okay, it's the 22nd of August, right? I've been in this trade for quite some time now. Am I frustrated that there are no other trade setups? No, not at all, right? I know I'm in a good position, right? I know that I'm in a really, really good position at this moment in time where I've cemented profit in this trade. Okay, I've cemented profit, right? It's 100% that I will walk away from this trade with $2,000 in a profit, right? Because my stop loss is at entry. So I'm in a good position. I'm happy with where I am. I'm not frustrated about, not getting another trade set up, right? A big thing in trading is patience. A lot of people do not have that patience, right? And you need to have that patience, okay? Because otherwise you're lowering your standards, let's say, okay? You're lowering the standard of trades that you enter into, okay? I have a high standard, okay, that I look for when entering into a trade. If I lower those standards, right, I'm also lowering the profitability that I have as well and the win rate, okay, because I'm lowering the standard of the trade. The higher the standard of the trade, the more profitable you're going to be, because the more the higher your win rate is going to be, okay, meaning that the more you're going to be consistently profitable a lot more. Okay, so if I'm just randomly entering into some trade here, okay, that for example, there's a possible short trade from here, I understand it, but in my eyes that's lowering the caliber of trade that I usually enter into, lowering the standard of trade that I usually look for, and that is a very, very quick way to become unprofitable, let's say. okay, or continue to be unprofitable if you're not profitable at this moment in time, right? So it's again like sticking to that strategy, sticking to that rules. It's really hard to do that, right? Patience, it's a hard thing to master, okay. But once you can hold back, okay, hold back from a trade that you think is going to play out, it's hard to do, but it's worth your while, okay, because again, you're lowering the standard of the trade that you're entering into. I have a very high standard, right? I have high standards for the trades that I like to look for. Okay, I like to look for a lot of confirmation. Well, I say, I consider myself still a pretty aggressive trader, but I still look for that strong bit of confirmation before entering into a trade, right? Again, it's either looking for trapped traders, which is a very, very important thing, and you cannot do that without something like order flow. Okay, and also viewing when the majority of the market has been wrecked. Now, you can kind of judge when the majority of the market has been wrecked on a big move like this, on a bigger capitulation event like this. But it's still very, very important to use something like order flow because you can visibly see it, right? You can visibly see it, right? For a perfect example here, right? In this candle here, we saw 45 million long trades get completely destroyed. 71 million in this candle as well. How do we know this? Negative delta, open interest decreasing. So this is money flowing out of the market, right? These are trades closing, right? What is happening? Price is pulling back. Okay, so we know that these are long trades that are getting liquidated, right? Long trades that are getting absolutely wrecked. So yeah, it's very, very important to have a high standard of trades, and I just don't believe that you can do that without using something like order flow. Okay, I think this just completely changes your perspective on the market, right? Because you can visibly see where those retail traders are coming in. You can visibly see when those retail traders are getting wrecked. You can visibly see when those retail traders are on the wrong side of the market and are about to get wrecked, right? You can see when they're getting wrecked, but you can also kind of judge just before they get wrecked. And that's what we like to look for, right? We like to look for when they're just about to get wrecked. And that's that perfect period, okay, where we take advantage of it by entering into the opposing trade, right? If they're opening millions and millions and millions of long trades, okay, and we can see that they're actually starting to struggle and get emotional and fearful, that's when we can slide in, okay, we can look to snipe that short trade, okay, and take that down, right? Okay, I've proven it many times here, okay, proven it many times here, and it's just something that I feel like more people need to know about it. But then again, it's like I don't want people to know about it. It's a bit one of those things that is yeah, but yeah. Again, you want people to know about it because I understand. I was there when I didn't understand how the markets really worked. Okay, and it was quite frustrating. Okay, because you just consistently lose. Okay, but now that you understand how the markets work by using something like order flow, right? You can visibly see why price is moving in a certain direction. What is the reason for that move? And without that, you're blind, to be honest with you. You're a little bit blind in the markets. So it's very important to understand why price is moving. Okay, for example, here price was moving down. Okay, here the retail traders will come up with any excuse. Okay, why price is pulling back here? Any excuse, manipulation, a huge whale has just sold, whatever it may be, right? Whatever it may be, they will come up with any excuse why price is pulling back here. What was the real reason price pulled back here? Well, we had over leveraged, over long, silly retail trades, okay, that had long. We had millions of longs opening up at the high, okay, over leveraged longs. As soon as price pulled back slightly, what happened? Okay, they got liquidated, they got wrecked, okay, and it's that domino effect that I talk about all of the time, and it just pushes price down. It works the opposite way as well. Okay, that was the reason for this pullback, not because a big player sold. Okay, it was the retail traders who ruined themselves, right? It was the retail traders who ruined themselves, right? So what I tried to teach here, right? And I understand people that do talk about this stuff. I know the people out there who talk about this stuff. Okay. And there's first of all, there's not many people out there. Okay. I can count on one hand, the amount of people that talk about how markets really work, okay, on YouTube. I can count them on one hand, right? And it doesn't even take up a whole hand, okay? And I can tell you as well, they get a lot less views and a lot less exposure than the people who don't understand how the markets work, okay, and who trade breakouts of triangle patterns or breakouts of head and shoulders patterns, right? And they get a lot more exposure, right? Why? Because people don't want you to succeed in these markets, right? People don't want you to succeed in these markets, okay, because it goes against what they want, right? It goes against what they want, because if everyone's doing the same thing, the opposite is going to happen. And this is, perfect proof to it. Okay, is if you look at, yeah, let's if you look at like big influencers who are maybe promoting a certain like altcoin or something, okay, and it's pumping. Are they longing that? Yeah, they're probably longing it. It probably hold a lot of it, okay. But what are they doing? Right, they're lining up for a big short trade, a big sell position. Why? Because they know what is going to happen, right? They know that at some point it's going to have a big crash, because people are over leveraging themselves, overexposing themselves to that certain coin, okay. And when people do that, okay, they get completely destroyed, completely wrecked in these markets, and people never ever learn, right? They will keep doing it. I was there. I kept doing it. I kept ruining myself, okay. And then it's that deciding factor of where I'm like, okay, right, I'm actually going to learn why price is moving. Okay, price is not moving because there's a breakout, right? There's a real reason. Okay, there's a real reason why price moves, and it's not because of breakout. I know I shit on breakouts a lot. Okay, I know I do it a lot, right? But it's because I just want to get that into your minds that breakout trading is not the one. Okay, it's not how you make money in these markets, right? Price doesn't move because it's broken out of a level. Okay, but everybody out there who tries to teach you, how to trade, okay, the majority of them, right, are teaching you these breakout trading strategies, or these, lagging indicators, RSI, MACD, okay. It's all retail patterns. It's all retail indicators that is just proven statistically that it does not work, okay. Maybe it's, I'm sure someone has done the statistics and written the statistics out of that somewhere, okay, but statistically it doesn't work. Why? Okay, because 95% of traders fail, right? So statistically it just doesn't work, right? The proof is out there. So stop doing the same thing that everybody else is doing and everybody else is getting wrecked on, right? Do the opposite, right? Learn why the markets are actually moving. Okay, again, I really like this example here of, okay, this was a very bullish move up, right? Why was this a very bullish move up? Okay, because we had lots of new long trades coming in. Okay, we can look at it, we can visibly see it here. Yeah, here on this move up here, we had open interest increasing, we had delta building up over time. Okay, positive delta building up over time. So positive delta building up. Okay, with open interest increasing, we know these are new long trades coming in. But what happens to those long trades if price starts to pull back? Well, they have to close, right? Because otherwise they're going to get liquidated, or they get stopped out, or whatever it may be. Okay, and what happens, right? They have to sell back into the market. Okay, so if price is pulling back, the price starts to pull back, and these longs start to cover, right? They're selling into the market. Okay, so again, it's that domino effect I always talk about. Long trades are selling into more long trades, who are selling into more long trades, who are selling into more long trades, and it's that catalyst, right? And you can see negative delta is building over time, right? You can see that because CVD is ticking down over time, right? And you can see open interest is decreasing. So this is money flowing out of the markets. This is trades closing, right? Trades closing, okay, on a big move down like this, okay, it's longs getting wrecked, longs closing, longs selling into the market, right? So you need to have this mindset in the market, right? Not the mindset of a breakout, we're going to 100K. No, right? You need to have the mindset of, why is price actually moving, right? What is going on? What are traders actually doing? Let's not guess. Let's not be blind to the markets, right? Let's actually look at why these markets are moving. Okay. And there's always a reason for price to move. Okay. And it's never the reason that is publicly plastered all over the internet. It's never really that reason. Okay, yes, maybe it has a slight effect if it's a big, well, it can have a big effect if it is like a big news event. But then, okay, still, right, still, okay, there is a reason, okay, for it. Just a solid technical reason for it. Okay, forgetting about the news. Yes, maybe the news is the catalyst for the move, but it's not the reason why price is moving. Right? It's the reason why price started to move. Okay, but the rest of it is fueled by people getting wrecked. Okay, so let's say just like as a wild example, right? Bitcoin gets banned in every single country. Okay, well, Bitcoin's going to see a huge pullback probably. Okay, that is the catalyst. But why is price moving? Well, because there's lots of long trades, okay, who have opened, right? Because the derivatives market, the futures market, it does have it is a large chunk of the market, right? There is millions upon millions and millions and millions of people who are trading on the futures, right? And it does hold a big part, a big chunk of the market, right? And yeah, again, right? Yes, there's the catalyst, right? Bitcoin's been banned, let's say in America, in a big country or something. Okay, there is a catalyst for it, but the reason why it starts to pull back, okay, is because long trades, over leveraged long trades, overexposed long trades, okay, are getting wrecked. Okay, that's why, right? They are forced to cover as price starts to pull back. Okay, and then it's not up to new short trades coming in, right? You can see it here, right? We have open interest decreasing. So on this move down, no one was shorting here, right? This was just longs that were getting wrecked, right? Yes, okay, there were a few million shorts opening up, right? But not the majority of the market, right? The majority of the market were getting wrecked. Okay. And it was only us, the small portion of the market, the very minuscule, right? That 1% of the market, okay, who actually look at why price is moving, okay, that were shorting, right? We were shorting this, right? I talked about the short trade, okay, in the daily market update on the 29th here. Right, we were talking about this short trade. Okay, we had FR Trader, okay, in the Discord, of course, who actually took that short trade as well. Okay, we can come up here a little bit hard to find. Where are we? Where is this post? Here you go. Right. So FR Trader shorted this, right? He showed his profit here as well. Okay. So FR Trader shorted this, right? We were shorting this, right? We were the very minuscule, part of the market who was shorting this big correction here. Okay, even though I didn't take the short myself because I was away from the computer, unfortunately, when the short trade setup presented itself, so I did miss it. Okay, but again, right, we saw this thing, right? We saw this exact thing, and we can't look at it on XO because XO gives you so much information. Okay, so it has to limit the amount of information it gives you because otherwise your computer is going to blow up. But this one here, right? We shorted this here, okay, and the exact same thing. We had new longs opening up on the rise. Okay, what happened? Over leveraged longs who long the high, okay, or even just longed all of this, okay, FOMO longs as we like to call them, right? Late longs, okay. They got wrecked on this move down. Open interest was decreasing on here. We can actually, here we go. And let's get this out of the way. It's actually quite annoying. And I'm opening something I don't want to open. There we go. Right. So here. Okay, we can look at it actually on coinalize.net. So, you can see here, right? Open interest is increasing on that previous move. There you go. Okay. Then, right, what happens? Open interest has plateaued, okay, as price is starting to pull back. And then we can see this huge decrease in open interest. So we know, okay, that loads of short trades are getting wrecked. Long trades are getting wrecked on this move down here. Okay. Not a lot of long trades got wrecked at the highs. We did see a fair few getting wrecked, okay? But yeah, it was mainly the second leg down, right? From kind of like this area, the $64,000 area, where we see lots of long trades getting wrecked, like millions of long trades getting wrecked on that move down. But still, right, it's the same principle, right? Lots of long trades opening up on the move, lots of long trades opening on the move up, okay? But as price starts to pull back, we have those over leveraged longs, okay? We have these overexposed long trades who then get wrecked, okay? And then it's just that continuous thing again, right? We've seen it again, right? Okay, price rises, open interest is increasing, positive delta, like I showed you, is building up over time, right? Then as soon as we get a slight pullback, right, the whole market just completely gets destroyed, right? Completely gets emotional, fearful, and just closes their shorts, or they just get wrecked because they're stupid. Another example is here as well, right? On this move up, right? You can see here, right? Maybe it's not as pretty as this example here. This is a very beautiful example of it. Okay, this is a nice example of it, but it's not like a beautiful example like this. But here you can see the same thing. Price is rising over time. Positive delta was rising over time, and we had new long trades opening up here. Okay, so on this move up, right, open interest started at 900 million. Okay, it ended at just above 1 billion. Okay, price started at just above 60k, right? Just below 61k, and it ended at almost 73k. Right, so you can see price is rising, open interest is rising, and I can tell you now positive delta was building as well. Okay, but then on the move down, what happened? Open interest, right, was at 1 billion, and then it ended at the bottom of the move at 850 million. Okay, and what was happening here, right? We had negative delta. Why? Because long trades were getting wrecked. So this is what we need to understand, right? We need to understand these things in the markets, right? We don't need to understand. We don't want to. We don't even want to know. We don't even want to hear breakouts of levels, right? I still acknowledge them. I do understand that because I'm looking again. Like I like to use this example because this was a perfect example. Like I acknowledge retail patterns. Like back here, we were looking at this triangle pattern. How do we have it? I think it was something like this. So we had this. Actually, I can. Was it here? Let's just put this back. Where were we? Oh no, so sorry, it was here. So we were looking at it as a more of a viewed in perspective. So this is kind of how we were viewing it, right? So this is the triangle we were looking at. Again, this helped us enter into the short, right? We were breaking out of a triangle pattern, right? Breaking towards the upside. What is this for retail traders? This is the golden longing opportunity, right? What happened? Price pulled back. What did we do? We shorted this, right? Because we understood over leveraged longs at the high are opening up. Price started to pull back. This offers a perfect opportunity to enter into a short trade. Okay, we're not looking at trading. This is just like proof. We're not looking at trading these triangles. I understand the triangles play out sometimes. I understand that. Yes. Okay. Is it something I would ever trade? No, right? Because I understood that when I consistently lost money in these markets, I was doing that. Right? So why would I go back to doing that? No. Okay, I'm not going to go back to doing that. All right, I'm sticking to what I do now because now, okay, I'm extracting consistent profits from the market rather than giving consistent capital to the market, right? I'm now taking from the market rather than giving. Okay, and I much prefer taking than giving, right? You have to be selfish in these markets, right? If you really want it, you have to be selfish. Okay, being selfish is taking advantage of all of the retail traders out there. How do you take advantage of them? Well, you look at the X-ray machine. Okay, you look at the X-ray machine, right? This is just an X-ray machine for the candlesticks, right? Each candlestick is a body. Okay, you call it the body of the candle, right? Here, you can look inside of the body. Yeah, it's literally an X-ray machine for trading, and it's so incredibly powerful, so incredibly powerful. I've probably gone on a bit of a rant here, but I just wanted to do something a little bit different, like try and focus your mind on why markets are actually moving rather than talking through what I've been talking through ever since we entered into this long trade, because I understand I've been saying the same thing, and I've been telling the team as well. I know I've been saying the same thing for quite a long time now. So I just wanted to talk about something a little different. Okay, focus on something that is really, really important, and really important if you want to succeed in these markets as well. Um, but yeah, it's been boring at this moment in time. But again, like we're in a good position. There's no reason to be scratching our heads and biting our nails that we're not in a trade and there are no new trades presenting ourselves. We have to remember, right? We're in a long trade. Okay, we're in a long trade. I literally was talking about this on the the 5th of August. Yeah, the 5th of August. This is when we took the long trade, right? Told the team here, right? I'm taking a swing long from the failed auction. That's what I told the team. Ever since then, right? I haven't taken a trade, but I've had no need to enter into a trade. I'm in a comfortable long trade. The team are in a comfortable long trade. We are comfortable, right? We are not worried. Okay, we're not emotional. Okay, we're kicking our feet up, we're relaxing because we know that we are in a good position, right? If price pulls back, fine, come back to our entry, right? Stop me out at entry, fine. I've already taken profit from the market, I'm happy. Then we look for that next trade because, of course, we've got our plans, right? We do have a long trade, possibly, okay, from that $54,000 level again. And then you may say, oh, why don't you just leave your long trade open? Well, because I've cemented profit here. I've cemented profit here. Okay. And we may come back down and we may not get the long trade set up, right? It may have expired. Okay. Because trades do expire, right? If we do not come down there in time, okay, they can expire. So this trade could expire, right? And we may not get the trade set up. Okay, it's not 100% that I will long this. Okay, it's only if I see everything aligning together that I will long it, right? So that's why I've moved my stop loss to entry, right? If we come back down there, okay, I look for that next long trade. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking at this moment in time. It's just, yeah, again, patience. Going back to it, patience, right? It's the most important thing at this moment in time. But yeah, if you guys got any questions, please do put them in the chat. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions. Or if there's anything that you want to look at, please please let me know. Yeah, let's take a quick look at the stock market. Stock market is pulling back, right? Stock market is pulling back. This is important because when we see the stock market pull back, we tend to see Bitcoin pull back, like most of the time, right? When the stock market rises, we don't always see Bitcoin follow it. We do in a sense, right, where we see a bit of a move up, but we don't really see it follow it. But when the stock market pulls back, Bitcoin tends to follow it. Okay, and because we're at resistance here, okay, with Bitcoin, it's like, okay, right, I wouldn't be surprised if we pull back here. Yeah, we'll see, right? We'll see, but I wouldn't be surprised. Okay, I wouldn't be surprised. So yeah, we'll see. And of course, if you haven't smashed that thumbs up button already, please do. I can see, yeah, we've only got 2 likes. So if you could just smash that thumbs up button, helps me out, helps the channel out, and I can continue to bring this content to you. And if you are new, please do subscribe as well. But yeah, any questions, please do put them in the chat. It's getting dark already, and it's only 8 o'clock. That's how you know summer is coming to an end, right? I mean, we never really had a summer here. We had the odd hot day, but nothing too exciting. But yeah, again, if you've got any questions, please do put them in chat. If not, I will look to sign off. I think I've talked about everything I want to talk about. I've gone on one of my other rants, trying to focus you on the other side of the market. The let's say Ben, good to see you back, my friend. Good to see you back. Do you think there will be a big move after this long period of consolidation? Of course, yeah, of course. This is something that I think all traders can agree on. Large period of consolidation, yes. Big move after. I do honestly think that, and it's like, yeah, this is what then I would consider a breakout. Right, we're consolidating, and we will get a breakout at one point, right? And again, this is kind of what I'm viewing, right, where we'll see a fake out to one side, and then we get pulled the other way. That's kind of how I would be viewing it. So, we have the short trade here, of course, but of course, yeah, maybe we get a fake out towards the downside, right? And then we shoot up. So, yeah, I honestly think there is going to be a big, big breakout. And again, right, let's zoom out as well. We have this large period. We're going to see a big move at some point, like a really big move at some point. Whether it be towards the upside or towards the downside, I don't know. I don't really care. I will just position myself in such a way where I can profit off of it. Yeah, for me, there's going to be a big move at some point, right? We know that, okay? Any time you get a large period of consolidation, okay, big consolidation here, big move towards the downside, right? More consolidation here, big move down. Yeah, we're going to get a breakout at one point, okay. And this is actually something that I remember shorting here. So we got pulled one way. We had lots of long trades opening up here. We then pulled back and got a big move down. I remember shorting that specifically. And then, of course, a big consolidation here, move down. Okay, big consolidation here, move down. Big consolidation for that. Yeah, it's just proven. Big consolidation areas right here. Consolidation, big move up. Consolidation, big move down. Consolidation, big move up. Right. Yeah, large consolidation here, big move up. Consolidation. Okay, we saw a big move down here. Yeah, every time we get consolidation, I'd be looking for a big move. Yeah. Whether we break towards the upside, towards the downside, I don't know. I don't care. Like I said, it's just trying to get yourself in that position where you can profit either way. Again, like the best position to be in is in a long, okay, from the low, a short from the high, stop losses at entry, okay, you're in the best position you can ever be when trading, right? You're in a long, you're in a short, you're taking profit, stop losses at entry, wherever price goes, you're going to make money. Who cares where price goes, right? That's kind of the goal. That's the position we want to get ourselves into. But yeah, here, okay, consolidation here. I'm expecting a big move, right? Whether it's be towards the upside, downside, don't care. Okay, we'll just see. Again, big consolidation here. At some point, there will be a big move, right? I understand that. But yeah, it's just not happening yet, right? It's just not happening yet. So patience. Let's just continue to look for those high probability trade setups. Let's continue to get ourselves in those good positions. And then, right, we can remain patient in that trade and look for the big move, okay? It's again going back to what I say a lot of the time. I like to leave a little bit. I always like to, when I enter into a trade, right, I put 100% of the capital I'm willing to risk into the trade, okay? Or, I put 100% of the capital, not my capital, of course. Like, I just put 100% capital. Well, sorry, you have 100% capital into a trade, okay? Not of your whole portfolio, of course. That's silly. But you have 100% of capital that you've put into the trade, okay? Usually what I like to do, okay, is take profit. Maybe I take 50%, right? And then I'll take another chunk out as well. And I will always leave about 15 to 20% of the initial 100% that I put into the trade. I will always leave that in the trade. Why? Okay, because I understand that, yes, right, when you see periods of consolidation, you expect a big move, right? So this long trade that I'm in here, right, say we come higher, I come to another take profit point, I'm going to take some more profit off the table, yes, but I'm going to leave a little bit in there because let's say, right, this bull flag does break towards the upside. Let's say it plays out, okay, in the retail trader's favor, okay, then, right, I want to be taking advantage of that. I'm in a really good trade now, right? And again, maybe there will only be $500 of margin in the trade, right? But that $500 of margin, okay, can actually turn into a few $1,000s, right? It can, okay, and it can give you some really nice returns if you just let it go, right? That's what I like to do a lot of the time, right? Sometimes I will have, okay, small amounts of margin in a trade, left in a trade, but the return is just huge. Okay, why? Because I've let that trade run for so long. Okay, for an example, right, the long trade we had from $41,000, I just let that run all the way to 70K. Okay, and there was only a very small amount of margin in the trade, and yeah, I just took full advantage of that. Okay, and initially, right, there was not much margin left in the trade. Okay, but the return was good because I left it open for such a long time. So yeah, going back to it, yes, there will be a big move. Okay, I do think there will be a big move. Always consolidation. I would expect a big move. Where that will be, I don't know. I don't care. I'm just looking to get myself in that next best trade, which again, I do end up almost always taking advantage of the big move because I always leave a little bit in there. I don't know where the big move is going to be. Like, I just want to be taking advantage of it. That's it. So yeah, that is pretty much it. We've been live for almost an hour there. So yeah, thank you for your input, Ben. Of course, it's always good to see you here. So thank you very much for your input, and anyone else here as well. Thank you very much for watching and putting up with me for almost an hour. So yeah, I'll leave that there if there are no more questions. I hope you have enjoyed. If you have, please smash that thumbs up button. Helps me out, helps the channel out, and I can continue to bring this content to you. Of course, if you want access to the Discord, where I give all of my trades away, all of my perspectives away, daily market updates, all the juicy stuff. First link in the description, and yeah, free Discord, of course, is that second link as well. But yeah, thank you very much, everybody, for joining. I will see you tomorrow for Friday's live stream. Any visionary members, I will see you in the Discord. So yeah, take care, guys, and I will see you soon. Thank you again, and goodbye.
Take me home, 'cause I wanna feel like I belong. They relate to all this pain in my past, so they listen to my song. So let's go back to where it began and where it all started from. Take this chance, one last dance, 'cause I've been waiting way too long.